Okay, picture this. So the year is 2011. I am a 9-year-old kid growing up in my parents' house in our kind of woodland area, growing up in a very rural town with my 2 younger brothers. We were all nature loving. I was music loving. I loved listening to music, and by this point I'd already gone to some of my first concerts.
Did you teach yourself that?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you gonna do another one for us?
We started to get introduced to electronics through gaming. I had a Game Boy, we got a GameCube, and we started to kind of play around with tech and learn about the internet through my parents' PCs that we weren't really allowed to touch, but we knew what it was. And then in 2011, this year, my parents bought something that intrigued me and excited me like nothing else ever had before. A computer. A laptop computer that was for the entire family to use. And from the moment we first picked this up and opened it up with one thumb, this machine was apparently different from anything we'd ever had before. And there's one key reason why. Well, this was a Mac.
Let me take it out here.
A 2011 Apple MacBook Pro. This came with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of SSD storage, and this is the machine. Not a model like this or one similar to this. This right here, this is the machine. Maybe it was the iconic boot chime, or maybe it was the default wallpaper selection in OS X Snow Leopard, or maybe it was the aesthetics of the entire Aqua user interface with the 3D dock that moved when you hovered over it with your mouse cursor. I was captured by this machine. I was enamored instantly. And in the dock of this machine were applications like iDVD, iWeb, and most notably GarageBand and iMovie. And these tools just got my brain thinking like nothing else had before. The creative wheels were spinning, and all of a sudden I had so many ideas about what I could create with this machine, with the tools I now had at my disposal. And that is where the spark started. Just 1 year after my family acquired this machine, I created my first album called Performances by Elijah 2012, and I sold it on CDs at a craft fair in my town. I made that entire album with this computer. I plugged my piano into the headphone jack of this laptop, recorded audio, straight up audio, in one take into GarageBand, and exported those onto discs using the built-in DVD burner. To say that was the beginning of something special is an understatement. It's now been over 12 years since that album, and I think it's safe to say that I would be a very different person, and at the very least, a very different musician, had this computer not entered my life and sparked my passion for music production. What I think this really started is it helped me find a new way to express myself, and still by far the best way that I find these days to express myself, which is through music and through producing music and sharing the thoughts and ideas and songs and feelings inside of my brain and inside of my body, and pushing them out through song and crafting something that makes me feel satisfied. And it's such a beautiful thing that I strongly don't believe would have happened had my family not picked up one of these. And so you can see the butterfly effect through that, and I think that's wild. But that is only half of the story. This video you're watching right now was edited and created on a Mac, my current Mac, that is. But this machine also sparked my passion and my love for video. I remember using this little red point-and-shoot camera we had. It was called an Olympus Tough, and we filmed some of the first videos that I've ever put together and edited them on this machine.
And today I kind of wanted to give you a small announcement, I guess.
Me and my friends had a TV show called The Homeschool Brew, which we filmed with that camera, edited entirely on this, and uploaded it to YouTube. And it's still live today. And some of my earliest videos about things that I was so invested in at the time were created with this machine. And it's so neat to go back and just watch those and see the time capsule that they really are. And so with my love for the Mac becoming so evident, eventually down the line, I got my very own. This Saturday, March 23rd, we're coming up on the 7-year anniversary of the first time I did a vlog. 7 years ago, I filmed a video of me going about my daily life, and I edited it together on my very own Mac, uploaded it to my very own YouTube channel, and that was the first time I'd really involved my life with my cinematography and with my editing, and where a lot of my personal flair and flavor started to show up in my videos. Again, I don't think any of that would have happened if I didn't have a Mac. If my parents planted the seed of creativity and music and video, and if they planted that in me as a young child, then this was the water that helped it grow and blossom into the beautiful thing that it is today. Thanks for watching. Peace.